Hello, this is the trade site Forex market preview and international economic data roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, the 29th of July, ending Friday, the 3rd of August. We're in August already, 2018. Hope you had a good trading week. We had a couple days where it was so flat in Forex, nothing triggered. We also had a couple of days with some winners. So even though we didn't go far and we're in summer doldrums and half size and all that stuff, it was still an okay week. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart, and as you can see, we are right where we were last week. Basically, it didn't go anywhere. Let's go through the major pairs on the dailies. Take a look at the 30-minute candles for the week, see what that was next, and then we'll go through the calendar. So here's the euro dollar, same as the inverse of the dollar index, obviously. Pound dollar came up a bit. That's where we made some money during the week. Euro yen slipped a bit, but there's no patterns or exhaustion counts forming in any of these. Aussie dollars flat, pound yen dipped a little, pound Swiss flat, and the New Zealand dollar pair also flat. All right, let's take a look at 30-minute candles on at least the euro and the pound. So high to low for the week here on the euro was only 130 pips. Pretty bad range there. Remember, that's average daily range, meaning we usually trade 130 pips per day on the euro at the key times a year. Did that the whole week here. Here's the pound dollar, and this one was only 140 pips. So that's why we're in summer doldrums, half size, low expectations. Be looking for some of those intraday seeker and Comer signals, and that's about it. All right, let's talk about the economic calendar for the week ahead. So Sunday, retail sales at 7:50 p.m. out of Japan. German preliminary CPI, Spanish flash CPI, mortgage approvals out of the UK, 10-year bond auction out of Italy, pending home sales here in the US at 10 a.m. Eastern Time Monday morning. We got building consents out of New Zealand Monday night, consumer confidence out of the UK, unemployment rate and preliminary industrial production out of Japan. China's got their manufacturing PMI and non-manufacturing PMI numbers going into Tuesday. Business confidence out of New Zealand, new home sales, building approvals and private sector credit, I can do it, out of Australia. Japan's got their rate announcement out of the Bank of Japan. Consumer confidence out of Japan, along with housing starts. German retail sales, preliminary CPI out of France, GDP out of Spain, German unemployment change, Italian monthly unemployment rate, and then we've got the CPI, the flash GDP at the same time, 5 a.m. Eastern time out of Europe. That's a lot of big data coming out right then. Be aware of that. And the unemployment rate. Ooh, the big three out of Europe all at the same moment. That's amazing. Uh, Canada's got their GDP, RMPI, and IPPI. U.S. has core PCI price index, employment cost index, personal income and spending. S&P housing price index here in the U.S., Chicago PMI, and consumer confidence here in the U.S. Australia's got their AIG manufacturing index at 6:30 p.m. Tuesday night going into Wednesday over there, and then the unemployment rate out of New Zealand. Final manufacturing PMI out of Japan, and the Caxton manufacturing PMI out of China. Switzerland on a bank holiday on Thursday. Nationwide HPI out of the UK, commodity prices out of Australia. Spanish manufacturing PMI and Italian manufacturing PMI. French, German, all the same PMI, manufacturing PMI number, and then the broad European and UK's. They're all about an hour apart or within an hour window there. 10-year bond auction out of Germany. U.S. has their ADP non-farm employment change number at 8:15 a.m. Thursday. We're still on Wednesday here. A lot of data this week. Final manufacturing and ISM manufacturing PMI numbers here. Construction spending, crude oil inventories. That's the weekly number. Total vehicle sales. Oh, we have a 2-day Fed meeting, so the Fed announcement. Okay, that's going to slow the week down. The Fed announcement on Tuesday. Monetary base out of Japan, trade balance out of Australia, and then Swiss SECO consumer climate, Spanish unemployment change, retail sales and manufacturing PMI out of Switzerland. Look at this, a lot of data. UK construction PMI, Europe PPI, Spanish 10-year bond auction, French 10-year bond auction. We got the rate announcement out of the Bank of England. So it's Japan, then us, then England all this week. Unemployment claims, that's the weekly number here in the U.S. Factory orders, natty gas, AIG services index. Japan's got their monetary policy meeting minutes. Australia's got retail sales. China's got their Caxton services PMI. Then we end with Friday. Europe's got their, CPI out of Switzerland. Spanish, Italian, French, German, and final broad European final services PMI numbers, along with the UK's right after that. Italian retail sales. Canada got their trade balance, and the U.S. has on Friday. This is a big one. Both, you can't see it because it doesn't scroll this far. Trade balance and the unemployment rate. So two of our big three on Friday. So we'll definitely be small size ahead of that. Also, small size ahead of the Fed announcement on Wednesday, and we're already half size for the summer anyway. So it's going to be a light week from that perspective. We'll see. I mean, we are in summer doldrums, and Forex usually lasts till Labor Day. We went half size a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and we're still making money anyways, but it's just been very light. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading